welcome back to the Birdies and Bourbon Show. We got a fun one today, Dan. Our friends up at Point Sebago were kind enough to have us out. I guess we weren't too rowdy because they showed up on the pod. But man, dude, they know the hospitality at its finest. Maybe the best transfusion I've ever had. Didn't hurt that it was 9:30 in the morning. That kind of helped. The first drink of the day. I know it's shocking, but hey, we're joined today by Matt Hesser and Matt Lowell. Matt, if I get the last name wrong, bro, you cut me down, man. Just get it right. Tell me to get it right. I'm trying to keep it together over here. So, guys, thanks for joining us again. Can't say thank you enough for having us up and letting us experience your golf course. Wonderful place. Maybe a little background. How'd you wind up at Point Sebago? I would say Matt, take it away, but then
yeah. So for myself, I grew up in Maine. So I grew up in a small town. It's called Buckfield. So it's about, call it 35, 40 minutes away. Went to college in North Carolina, and through there it was a lot of back and forth. I'd say Florida, a lot of Mass. So before this, I was at Silver Spring Country Club in Ridgefield, Connecticut, and my father, he was just diagnosed with cancer. So I was trying to make my way back home, and it was unbelievable. Point Sebago opened up, and the one thing that really called to me was the course. I played there once when I was a kid, and it absolutely drummed me. The other piece is, I had to walk it. So I mean, you noticed when you played, it was a little bit different. It's riding only.
Yeah, but, I don't know that I want to walk that car. I mean, could I? Yes. Pace of play is definitely going to suffer, and I don't know if I'll make it through the full 18.
So when I came in, was overseeing golf, turf, and I saw the same thing that I think you saw. It's a hidden gem. I think the hidden part is starting to change a little bit.
Yep.
But it is. It's a championship course, and what we've been able to do on the golf side, and especially from course management, turf management, it's been fantastic. A lot of support from Cove communities.
Awesome.
Nice.
Hesser?
I actually I'm a Texas kid that ended up in the ski business in New England, and got in the campground business a handful of years ago and started working with Cove, and this is my first property with Cove, and Point Sebago is a phenomenal course and resort. So it's kind of what really made me appeal to this place was just how incredible the people were. The resort's awesome from a course and facility standpoint, but it was the people that really stood out to me, and it's a real joy to be able to work with the folks here and the guests that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we definitely got all the hospitality that we wanted. Love the ladies at the bar. They whipping up some fine cocktails in there. So tell them nice work at the 19th hole. Keep it up. So there's a few things. So we're going to go kind of some different directions. I mean, it's a show about golf and booze, but ski business. I've been to Maine. I think this was my third trip up. I've never played golf there. I was in Portland doing another gig for work. What golf courses up your way? So I'm familiar with Loon over in New Hampshire and Waterville Valley. Those are the two that I've skied up that way.
Cool. So I started my career at Loon, and from there went over to Stowe, and from there went over to Waterville Valley. So you know the spots. So
2 out of 3.
Dancing all around there. So, yep.
Yeah, awesome.
Yep. So, and oddly enough, this business, I talk to Matt all the time, there's a lot of similarities to golf and RV business and the ski business. And I think the main thing is that it's a wild business that changes on a daily, if not hourly basis. And that's what makes it really exciting and really fun.
And what do you got? You got 6 months of good weather? Is that a safe bet?
Well, I don't know about good weather. We have weather, but we're open for 6 months. We ride it all out. New England is known for varying weather, which is one of the things I like a lot. Growing up in Texas, we had 2 seasons, hot and humid, and that was about it. And so
That's right.
I like the changes that we have up here. It really makes it phenomenal all the way from when we open on May 1 all the way to the end of October. It's always something different. So.
Nice.
And foliage season in fall and in September and October is absolutely phenomenal if you haven't been up here for it.
Well, I'm not, but we're not done yet. So that could be that could be the trailing question at the end of this thing when we're going to do it again. Hey, so Matt, so talk a little about that as far as seasonality goes, right? I mean, so North Carolina, Dan, by the way, he's in Raleigh, so he's a North Carolina guy.
Awesome.
I've lived in the Southeast all my life, so, you might get a little bit of snow, but if you do, it's gone the next day. So, and we're quite literally playing golf 12 months out of the year, and you course maintenance, that kind of thing. I mean, you've got 12 months to kind of get things right. Maybe wait a week or so, but generally speaking, it ain't going to be wait months before you can do anything. So when you came in from a turf management aspect, I mean, you grew up in Maine. But, if you think about, I think we talked about this, right? Think about the Sandhills in North Carolina versus what you're experiencing in, help me with it, Cusco? Is that that's the town?
Casco, yep.
Casco, thanks. Like polarizingly opposite, right? And you've got a finite window to get shit done and get things right? Because you've got these, you've got bookends that, and when people show up there vacationing, like I want to see the best. I want everything you've got, and I want to see it now.
Yeah.
What's that like managing
that? Stressful. Very, very stressful. I'll be honest. It's when I was working at places in Florida, and especially when I was in college, North Carolina, the grass goes dormant, but when it comes to variables, we're talking mass amounts of rain. Lot of dry heat. Up here, it's very different. So when I came in, the one thing, so our largest green is 7,000 square feet. So if you look at the overall structure and how it's built, there's a lot of high and low peaks. So during the winter, what we're doing is we're chasing ice, and it was actually my first winter, so the season went well. Get ready for the winter, and it was building up in spots that we didn't want it to. So we had 2 choices. We could either chisel it or snow blow it or take our chances. So I'll put a big plug in for Pat Doran. So he's our grass whisperer. I mean, it's unbelievable what he's done to the course. But we use a practice now where we snow blow the greens. We keep the level ice where we want it. One thing I noticed, and especially North Carolina, is you can lose a lot of things, right? But that green better look green.
Mm-hmm.
So first thing they do is, right, they spray. What we've been able to do up here is a lot of growth.
Mm-hmm.
We're building health. A lot of the adjustments that we've made, as you see other courses, I'm going to say they're common sense, but Cove Communities and Point, they've really given us the resources to really find our base level and build from there. It's been really fun to watch.
Cool.
Yeah. What's the traffic look like rounds a year? What do you guys get in typically?
Last year was a touch over 23,000.
Wow.
And very much like a resort course. So, July 3rd, we had 283 rounds.
Yep.
It's a busy day. I mentioned earlier, so we're riding only. So to get to the first tee, and one of the first draws for me was how unique the course is. Right, it's a tale of 2 cities. So the front 9, it takes about 4.5 minutes in a golf cart to get to the first tee.
Yep.
It's really, really fun layout. You do have a few holes run side by side. Then you hit the back 9, so it's that 4.5 minute ride to the other side, but you don't see a single house. I think Matt can correct me, but the entire property is, I think it's over 700 acres.
Yep, 725. Yep.
Okay.
That's close. There we go.
Yeah,
Very
we'll
nice.
round up for you. That's
Yeah.
we're good there. So look, hold on. So fun question. Because I saw one of you on the driving range when I was visiting.
Oh boy.
I saw another one serving drinks. No golf club in hand. And so who's winning? Who's winning at Point Sebago when you guys tee it up? Have you teed it up together yet? Have we had a Matt v Matt challenge?
Oh, absolutely, and I'm awful. So this is a sport that I took up recently, and so I am lucky enough to get to go out with Matt and learn some things
Nice.
and try to keep up. But it's very interesting. When I came here, I asked Matt, I'm like, hey, what can I do to best support you? And he said, you got to learn this game, and flat out didn't pull a punch. He's like, you got to learn this game.
Sure.
And I knew I needed to understand the business, but I realized that I needed to understand from the customer standpoint first. And so from there, I started hitting the driving range and trying to pick things up. And I lucked out and got a lesson because we needed to film some content for marketing. So I'm like, I'll take the lesson. And I got a couple of tips kind of deal. And we kind of go out from there. And we do our meetings on the course so that I can understand what's happening on the course from a turf standpoint, but also getting to know the people and understand the culture. It's a very different culture.
I mean, that doesn't suck. It's like, where are we having our
awesome.
meeting at today? It's like, I don't know, let's start on number 4.
Yeah, there's no complaining whatsoever. And when you walk around with Matt, he's like the mayor. Everyone has to stop him. Everyone has to say something when he's walking around that golf course. And so it's a lot of fun. It's great to do it. It's a unique opportunity folks don't have to have an office like this.
Yeah,
Very cool.
and Cove took over, or Cove, I guess, acquired. I don't know if I'm using the right verbiage, but
Yep.
in 2018.
Correct.
And and when did you guys come in? You may have said that. Sorry if I missed it. 2018.
I came in 2021.
Okay.
Yep. And I came in 2022, fall of 22.
Gotcha.
Yep. So, it's a unique place. Going back to your question about the seasonality of it. What makes us successful, I think, in the endeavor that we're trying to be the very best we possibly can. And we say all the time, be better today than you were yesterday, even if it's only a little bit. And the turf team really takes that on. I mean, to the point of when you talk about the seasonality and we have the ice on the greens and that kind of issue. I know exactly what's happening when I drive by and see one of our turf team on their hands and knees looking at air bubbles and ice. Right?
Yeah.
When I was educated on the ice impact of on root systems, and it was shown to me because we have a grow chamber in the area so that we can watch how roots are. The turf nerd was like the turf nerd levels were a 12, right? It was awesome to just hang out with those guys and see what they do and understand
Sure.
the craft that they have, because when we open, we got to go full tilt. We open looking like we're mid-season, and it's the 3rd week of April, and the place looks is green and ready to go. So.
And
Those guys
hopefully
do
you've
an
had a
awful lot
mild
of work.
winter so you could get ready for that, right?
Sometimes, but like this year was an interesting year where we actually didn't get any snow in November and December, so we had deeper frost was driven because we didn't have the snow to insulate it. So that created some
Gotcha.
challenges with irrigation and that kind of stuff. But the team did an amazing job of adapting. I kind of feel like they like the chaos that it provides a little bit. I think if it was, I don't think any of us could do very well if this was a common, like even keel Cadillac kind of job. I don't think we would do well. We all need a little chaos.
Lose interest very fast.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right on. Yeah. So I mean, that's the question I kind of had is like managing such a diverse property. At least from my lens looking at it, it's not something that I see regularly. And then so let's talk a little bit about if we wanted to do something other than play golf. By the way, Dan allegedly is a sailor. And I hear there's water around there, so I don't know. Is it a thing?
It's very much a thing. We're on Sebago Lake, which is Maine's 2nd largest lake. So
Nice.
you can get some big watercraft on here. Sailing's pretty good. But there's a lot to do here. We invest roughly $1 million a year into our entertainment and activities. So we have, I think this year is roughly 160 live music acts. We have
Wow.
a full production cast that does musicals and shows, and we have comedy and magical shows and all that kind of stuff. We have kid activities, everything from glow crafts to a basketball competition.
Okay.
There's an awful lot that happens here. Then we've got mini golf and a marina. You can rent everything from a canoe, kayak, and stand-up paddleboard to a ski boat and pontoon. So there's an awful lot to do for sure.
Oh, that's awesome.
Who was that? I think I was talking with. I think it was Michelle. It definitely started with an M, but I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it was Michelle. And so when we were getting things ready and squaring things away, and the housekeeping stuff, and she's like, so. What kind of space do you need? Where do you want to go? Where we're going to be? She's like, do we need to get the boat out? We can record this on the pontoon. I'm like, holy shit! I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about all that. I said, let's we'll do this. Let's go and record some stuff. We'll capture some B-roll while we're up there, and then we'll get on at a later date. But things work out. I mean, the answer is yes. We would like to record this on the boat the next time.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I love it.
Why wouldn't we? So you may not want to disclose this. This is one of those not scripted, by the way, but I do like to give a little disclaimer before we hit record and we go on. And this could be one of those like, why in the hell would you ask me that? Which is okay if it is. I see you sipping on something there. Is there anything you'd like to share?
Well, the Point Sebago Resort Woodford Reserve. This is my go-to.
Nice.
A lovely drink, by the way. I did sample.
It's a good
sample a little of that. Yeah, it's good. Has that been going for quite some time? The Woodford barrel pick.
So
would you start that?
Yeah, we were supposed to have it in 24, and just with distribution challenges, we didn't get it until fall of 24. So we decided to hold on to it and released it this year.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Nice.
But
And
it's a big.
Is that going to roll again? You putting it on a repeat?
Working on it, yeah. There's kind of a rotation to get into that program, and so we've requested to continue it for as long as we possibly can.
Cool.
So
Very cool.
Yep.
Well, it's wonderful. By the way, you can go check birdies_bourbon. There's a video of us sampling a little on there. And if you do get samples for your next pick, and you need an amateur to weigh in on what's good and what's not. I mean, I may know a guy. I may know a couple of guys.
Yeah.
We can do it.
It's a cool process. The selection process is an experience in itself. So that's definitely something you'd want to be a part of.
We love that. Yeah, it's awesome.
Little out-of-state connoisseur to help us pick.
Yeah,
you go.
I ain't good at golf, but I'm good at drinking. That's for sure.
It's good to know our strengths, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, favorite hole. I'm going to bounce around a little bit because I want to get back to some of the non-golf related stuff. But favorite hole on the golf course.
Matt, I'll let you go while I think on that one.
My favorite hole is 15.
Thank you for saying that because that's mine too. I would show you my notes, but they're scratchy and you won't be able to see it. But mine too. You go first.
All right. So, I mean, it's a short hole to begin with. So, I mean, it gives you multiple options from the tee. I'd say from every tee, you kind of have that option to be greedy or to hit that safe one. The stone wall that's there, I mean, it looks Civil War-esque. I mean, it's a really pretty hole, but it's one of those where I've seen, and I'll speak for myself. I mean, I can go from birdie to bogey real fast from a really easy location.
Yep.
It's just really it's a great hole.
Because it tips out about like 270 or so ish.
Yeah, it's 270, but it's the pond placement and the bunkers.
That's right. That's
really
right.
kind of frame it.
Yeah, I did not drive the green. I pushed it kind of right, almost pin high, but pushed it a little bit right. But I don't know whether the scorecard it's right there somewhere, but I don't think I parred it. I can tell you that. But yeah, wonderful hole. Matt Hesser.
I'm drawing a blank on the name of it. It's the one to the right of the maintenance barn, Matt. Which one is?
3.
Is that? Yeah. So I just like that one because it's beautiful. It's kind of a ridiculous shot having to clear the wetland area, but it's a gorgeous shot.
That's probably the hardest hole on the course.
Yeah, but it's the coolest. It's really cool. Right? That's the new guy. I don't know any better. I just think it's really cool, and I get to hit the ball and go that way. And if the ball goes splash, then I get another ball, right? Like, that's just how simple it is. I'm in it for a good time, not for a long time, right? So
said the new guy never.
Yeah.
I never have to ask Matt if he needs another ball.
Oh,
One's going down
Yeah.
before I even say anything.
Yeah, no, we're good. You need like 80 balls per game, right? Is that what I should put in my bag? Is that
That's right.
ish?
That's right.
Okay,
That's
so
how you
I'm
keep
good.
score.
I'm
That's
totally
how you.
good.
That's how you keep score. You know.
Yeah.
He's getting better.
Perfect.
Yeah, if you're going to use a new ball with every stroke, yes, you'll need 80 balls.
Sure. Yeah, that's
shoot 80.
just what we'll do. Yeah, we'll be ready for it.
Who's giving lessons up there? Matt Lowell, are you teaching at all?
I'm giving lessons.
Yeah.
Fortunate, I got a great staff. So, director of instruction is Jen Lee. She played 4 years at Bucknell. She's great. I'd say she relates well to every level, especially junior. She's unbelievable. I have Austin Cox. He's been coaching for about 8 years now. Unbelievable instructor. And I have Chris Pierce. Chris Pierce is new this year, coming from Virginia. I got fortunate. He was a director of golf there and taught a ton. A lot of big camps there, so I'm fortunate to have him on my team.
So is it challenging? I mean, so outside of local folks, right? Because, I mean, just think about the golf industry, right? I mean, anybody can show up to the golf course and go play. But if you want to work in it, and, I mean, we're talking turf, and we're talking ice, and we're talking snow. I mean, there's a lot of unique things that are happening in your area. It's attracting, outside of yourselves, attracting talent. Are you all the talent recruits that are pulling that in, or is Cove kind of backstopping you on that, pulling people, a combination of both, or what does that look like?
I'd say, Cove definitely backs the effort that we do in our recruiting and all that kind of stuff. But I think a lot of the talent we've been able to get to join our team is because of the team that Matt's putting together. Right? It's a good environment to work. It's a fun place. We're trying to make everything better. We're elevating not only the physical game, but how we operate as individuals. So I think a lot of good folks have come our way. We get a lot of great applications, and Matt's put together a great team.
Very
It's
cool.
very, I have 30 team members, and out of those 30, I'd say oldest age is mid 80s. Youngest going right down to 16. The cool part for me is it's always been nice because when you're running a golf course, especially retired, it's kind of attractive, right? It's easy finding starters, rangers.
Sure.
But I have a lot of college and high school kids, and it's been great seeing them grow up because it is. You learn a lot when you're around a golf course, especially working at a golf course. You learn a lot, and it's where I think I've really strived is the ability to make calls and trust my judgment. With management trusting me overall, it's really gone a long ways, and we have a great staff. Come a long ways.
Yeah,
Very
we
cool.
love that.
Yeah. The only problem that we keep having though with instructors is that our clinics and our classes sell out before we can even advertise them. So it's a little hard
Nice.
to talk about sometimes because it's already sold out.
There's no availability. Well, yeah, I mean, it's like
bonkers.
double-edged, right? It's like, well, you're pissed off if I don't, but then when they're sold out and you can't get in, then it's like, why are you offering this thing and I can't get in on it?
Well, it's like, we've had that kind of deal, and we're like, all right, we'll do 2 or 3 of those things, and then they're just sold out. So that's that's the challenge when you have a really good team like that is you've got to keep them busy. So
That's right. Yeah, so, you mentioned not a lot of I think on the front 9 there are no houses. I think when you get to the back 9, you start to run into some of the cabins and things and you along those lines. All those look like rentals to me. They may not be. Are there property owners at Point Sebago?
yeah, our resort property is made up of rental areas where people come in either for RV or cabins, kind of like a hotel, right? You come in for a week or a weekend, that kind of thing. And then we have seasonals that lease a space, and then we have a section of our resort, primarily what's around the golf course. Those individuals own the property and own the building.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
And what's this? Any idea what the split is on that? As far as are there any full-time residents there?
There aren't, because we're classified as a campground. We can operate May 1 through October 31st. And then those that are in the CSA area, because they own, they're allowed to be there for a period of time in the winter time, but no full-time residency.
Yeah, gotcha.
Interesting.
Okay. So then you wind up like, I don't know, no, you can say that those dates are wrong, but just for conversation's sake, so November through April, property's vacant from folks, right?
Pretty much, people come in and check on their property and that kind of stuff, but it's pretty empty, and we're just taking care of the property and planning for the following year.
Gotcha. What's the fishing like?
Phenomenal.
Good fishing.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have landlocked salmon. There's good bass fishing. This is a fishing lake, so we have tournaments. We had 2 tournaments off our property last year where we were just kind of like the jumping off point, and then they came back this year and said they wanted to do bigger events with us. So, but fishing tournaments have been a part of Point Sebago for a long time.
All right. And you guys fish?
Absolutely.
I don't fish as much as I'd like to, but yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I know golf and work gets in the way of that stuff. So it's a commitment.
Just gets in the way.
I'm sure you're familiar with Lake Winnie. Wonderful lake.
Yep.
And then what was on Golden Pond? I mean, I should know this. Swamp. Yes.
Swamp Lake.
What
Swamp
a
Lake.
wonderful placement.
Yep.
I mean, that is. I've done some of my most favorite experiences has been with my uncle, my cousin, my granddad. When the smallmouth are on spawn, when they're bedding down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, bro. Yeah, I mean, you're pulling right up, and you looking in that water. I didn't get a chance. We were golfing this trip, but I would love to come back up and get out and wet a hook or two, because I mean, it's nothing like, I don't know how do you guys tell people? So let me go here. So the reason we wound up at Point Sebago. Let me rephrase that. The reason it was because of the generosity. So that's why we wound up there. But the reason we wound up in Maine is I've got a few guys that some friends of the show, and they typically come down to Tennessee and they play at my club in an event or two a year at Sweetens Cove. And They said, hey, come up here. Let's go find some places and let's go check out some Maine golf. Let's do something different. Let's get you out of your environment and get you in our environment. And I'm like,
that's awesome.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So I had, kind of referral first-hand experience, I guess, from a friend that brought me up there. How are you guys? Because if people aren't going up there, especially if if you're in Texas or Florida, I mean, there's a shitload of golf courses in all those places, but you want to roll up there around June or July when it's just unbearably hot where you live. I mean, that's the place to go.
Yeah.
And so, what's the draw? I mean, what are you doing to attract people? What are you telling people to get them to, like, no, you just got to come check this out, other than this podcast?
I mean, look, here's the deal. All we do is provide an experience and a lifestyle. That's all we do for folks. And so it's about showing it on the website. Is a great place for showing video and photo and that kind of stuff, but it just doesn't do it the same, because I think what this place really is a feel. Earlier when I talked about, it was the people that really stood out to me. When you introduce yourself to people here, you get a name, the road they live on, and how many years they've been here, right? So, hi, my name is Matt Hesser. I'm from Deer Run. I've been here 42 years. Boom, like that every single time, right?
Love that.
That sense of ownership and this is my community is incredible. I think it's one of the things that makes it so much fun and unique. And it's a great group of people that make it fun.
Yeah. I think our marketing team has done a great job, promoting all the assets and all the amenities that we have. The one thing that I've noticed, you like to say word of mouth, but when I first started, we had 2 tournaments. It was tough. Having a staff and trying to learn a new place. This year we're gonna have close to that 15 outside events. So I mean we're changing, and the overall outlook on Point Sebago 5 years ago to now, I think has definitely changed.
Yeah, it's people talking about this community and what's going on. I mean, we do the events, and instruction is a great way for people to become exposed to our product, what we have here. people will come here for golf instruction and they had no idea about the resort. They just wanted a good lesson and heard it was a good school. So, but it's the love that people have for the place. I think that really gets out there. Our booking window is typically 18 months. We'll sell more than half of our bookings the year before.
Really?
People are booking before they leave. More than half of our guests book before they even leave.
So you're saying so for 2026, I mean, I'm sure there's things that pop up, but what do you, 85% capacity?
So it's hard to look at it that way, just because it's by month, right? So you've got May, which is pretty mellow, and you got busy weekends, and we've got like Memorial Day is close to sold out weekend. And then it ramps up with June. Schools, we're a big family resort, right? So once the schools gets out in June and that kind of stuff, so mid-June it peaks up. And then July and August are our peak season, and it kind of tapers back down. So on the shoulder seasons, the May, June, the September and October, we've got a lot of special events to try to bring people in and appease to folks like Pirates Weekend and Halloween Weekend, where Halloween we do a big haunted house. We've got something, Aloha Weekend. There's always just something going on for that kind of stuff to kind of draw people in. And again, going back to that big investment on entertainment and activities and that kind of stuff. So, so as far as occupancy goes, like when we get into July and August, we've got some sold out weekends already. So it's definitely a busy time.
So we got Pirates Weekend, we got Aloha. Is this a collective? When you start, do you workshop this thing with the crew, and it's like, hey, what are we thinking about doing here, and what are we rolling out, or is this being pushed to you that, hey, you guys need to do this, or what does that look like?
No, I one of the things that's incredible to me about working with Cove is that they're very supportive of what needs to happen here at the local level, right? So we understand what it is our customer wants. We understand the way to get it done. We understand who the local vendors are and all that kind of stuff. And so we just get nothing but support. So the product that's here, the experience that people have are created by the team that puts blood, sweat, and tears into it every day. And so we've got, employees that this is their first year, and we've got employees that have been here 36 years. And we've got a pretty large bunch that have been here more than 20 years. And so we get a lot of input on this is what the customer wants. We hear back from the customer of what they want. Sometimes we fail. Sometimes we try something and it falls on its face. Awesome. Let's pivot and try something else, right? So we just kind of try that. And there are challenges that come when a new organization comes in and takes over a property like this. This is our 55th year, right? People have something that they're tied to with emotion and memories and all that kind of good stuff. And so, we've got folks working with us to be like, there's a lot of amazing traditions, but let's make some new traditions. And so we've been working toward new traditions, and that's a lot of fun, right? So even doing the Aloha Weekend, we decided to do a pig roast and stuff like that, and people just loved it. And kind of getting into those kind of things, right? So let us do something fun, and we'll wow you. And people are continually coming up and being like, what's the new stuff you guys are going to do now? So.
Yeah, Matt Lowell, you mentioned golf tournaments. I know I wasn't overserved, but I was definitely getting on my way to having a really good time when we were talking about some tournaments. And Matt Hesser mentions a tradition, and there's a little place down in southeast Georgia has a golf tournament every year. And there's a famous announcer, and he always says a tradition unlike any other. I'm just throwing some things out there, man. And by the way, so I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm heading to American Dunes. So my club, my club closes allegedly. My club, if they have members. So they close down for, I think it's 3 weeks, maybe 2, but they do their aerification, luxuries that you guys don't get, right? So they can close down for 3 weeks, mid-July, and get all the maintenance shit, get everything squared away and cleaned up. So they go on the road. So it's the Sweetens Cove Road Show, heading to American Dunes. I'll ask you about that in a sec. But I planted the seed with Mayor Madamski, and I said, there's this little place in Maine that could, they want some roadshow experience. I don't know. So we got some things to talk about.
Sounds fun.
For next year. Could be a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, because we got lodging, we've got golf, we've got if you bring your family and they don't want to play golf, we've got boats, we've got fishing. I didn't see a swimming pool. I don't know if you need one with the lake there, but I'm sure swimming pools are somewhere.
We're always down for a good time. So if we got a good idea, let's chase it down.
We will be chasing that down. You can bank on that now. We're after you on that one. Hey, so I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. We'll come back to Point Sebago, and we'll come back to Cove. But if I didn't, my aunt, depending on where you're from, she would be remiss. I'd be getting text messages that I don't want to get if I didn't bring up Silver Spring. And and I don't know how long they were members there. A long time. 25 years probably. Maybe longer than that. And they my uncle retired. My cousins grew up and got out of the house and moved on. One moved to California. One moved to Utah. So they migrated out to her home state of Arizona. But what Silver Spring? Tell me a little about that, Matt Long. I mean, by the way, that's the first, and I don't know. The first time I played there was probably in 2000, maybe. And the first golf course that I'd ever been to, my uncle says, "Hey, just get in. Come on, we're going to play golf." I'm like, "Okay, here we go." And park the car, get the bags, walk up to the first tee, and here we go. And I'm like, "Well, do we need to check in?" He's like, No. Like, "Well, what's our tee time?" And he's like, "Well, we don't have tee times. Whenever you get there and want to play."
It truly is one of the most unique courses I've been at. There are no tee times. I believe there's, don't quote me on this, I think there's right around 300 members. But it's you literally show up and you go. I can say a lot of the things that I learned there, I brought with me to Point Sebago.
Sure.
You want to talk about firm, fast greens, and I mean they just had an overhaul. I don't know how many.
I haven't played it, but I did see that they did that. Yeah.
And I don't know how many millions they put into it, but they only made it better. The greens really undulating. You look at it on a scorecard and you think you're gonna rip it up. I think it's right around 6,500. It's not long, not a long course whatsoever.
You ain't ripping that shit up, man. That place.
You survived the par threes. You had a good round. I mean, it's but yeah, no, I loved it there. Great membership, really great membership. They took a lot of tennis courts and turned them into paddle, pickle. The sports court that we just created at Point. How many paddle court? How many tennis? It's beautiful. It's
12 new paddleball and 2 tennis courts. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, hold on. When you're saying paddleball, are you? Because down here we call it pickleball. Is this the same thing?
Pickle. Yeah.
Pickle. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, is that a Maine thing? You call it paddleball?
I'm going to be honest here. I was told there's a difference, but to me, I can't see the difference. But someone's like, "Oh no, they're totally different." I was like, "Sure."
Think about it like this.
Paddleball.
Yeah. So here, I mean, keeping the stereotype alive, right? A good Tennessee man. Down here we call the game cornhole. If I'm in Massachusetts, they call it bags. And I'm like, it didn't register to me until it registered to me, and I'm like, oh. I see. But paddle versus pickle, I don't know that there's I don't know there's any innuendos there.
I don't know. I know that everyone wanted paddleball, and that's what I ordered when I talked to the company that built them.
All right.
So that's what we did. And then someone tried to tell me they were the same, and then almost, and I was like, oh, cool, I'm educated. And then almost in the same week, someone was telling me how they're different.
That's not the same.
So I don't know. I just gave up.
Well, in your third career. For your next hobby, allegedly you're taking up a paddleball sport. I guess.
We'll take that on next. Yeah.
Sorry, Matt. I couldn't resist. So what else at Silver Spring and bringing it to Point Sebago? What's what translates over? Because I mean, again, played both, played one once, played the other several times. A completely different. What's the right way to say that? A completely different customer base. Now, not to say that one couldn't be the other, but just we're talking that, where you were. I mean, that's a daily country club experience, and now I can go to Point Sebago and I can get I'm going to say a visitor's pass for that country club resort experience. So how do those two kind of mesh in, and what do you bring into that, and how do you blend them together?
Yeah, so I mean, the first thing I took was I befriended the superintendent at Silver Springs. His name's Bill Seigan, and from there, it's learning what makes a great green, right? How fast can we make it? Now, when I look at Point Sebago, we're doing a lot more rounds than Silver Springs, right?
I mean, probably 3 times as many.
You look at you look at some of the individuals that play Point Sebago, they might belong at Silver Spring.
Yep, for sure.
But we're getting a lot of different players. If we were going to really shoot ourselves in the foot, we'd create greens that are similar to Silver Spring, right? They would be too fast.
Yep.
But when it comes to health, the one thing I really learned is traffic, right? So Bill has it, Silver Spring, it's amazing. We have events and there'd be, they'd be going out 18 in the morning, 18 in the afternoon, and you wouldn't see any foot traffic. He taught me a lot about wetting agents and how it retains, and also how you can cut without scalping. I've learned so much from Pat Doran, but the cool part is Pat, our superintendent up here at Point, he's done 2 tours. He's a agronomy wizard, and he still listens to me once in a while. Not every idea is a great idea, but once in a while. And then, I've learned a lot. So, when I compare, Silver Spring to Point Sebago, it's not even apples to oranges, kind of apples to cucumbers, because they're very different from each other. But when you start to compare health and conditions, I'd say they overlap really quick. It's knowing what the customer wants, and Matt knows the ski industry really well. I've been on a pair of skis once, and that was enough. Never gonna happen for me. But Matt he's done a great job learning what the customer wants, and he actually he cares, right? He's the one pressing me, and he's going, well, what else can we do for him?
Sure.
Which it's great to have someone see both sides of the world. It's good.
We're in a lucky position when it comes to golf, as far as like all the things kind of line up. So one of the stories I love to tell about Pat is he asked when he came in here under the the original ownership, and he just flat out asked, he's like, hey, you guys want a municipal course or a championship course? And he's like, both are fine, but they're very different, right? They're different practices, they're different budgets, they're different things. What do you guys want? Well, no one answered him. So he chose championship course. And then as Cove,
as he should have,
right? He's choosing excellence, right? That's what we look at, is choosing excellence every day. And so he chose excellence, and his team continues to choose excellence every single day, and that's amazing. And so when Cove came in, they were like, yeah, you're on the right path, keep doing it. And so that's the path that they've taken. So then you take that with the environment that we're in. Look, this is a place that's here for a good time, right? Like this is a fun place. I don't know if I want a place. Matt and I were talking, and I was like, you know what? There's a difference here of like Caddyshack is one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. So do you want the judge's product, or do you want Rodney Dangerfield's product? Well, Rodney Dangerfield's pretty fun, right? And so I like to find something kind of in the middle, right? That kind of appeases to everybody. But when you've got live music, 150 live bands, and you've got a drink down at the Beach Pavilion called the Voodoo Bucket, you're gonna be here for a good time. And so finding that medium where we've got World Championship level courses that we continue to strive for, and we're not perfect, but we continue to make those efforts every single day. If I ask Pat for a plan, he's already got one in a filing cabinet. He's like, here you go, we're ready to rock and roll whenever you tell us to pull the trigger, right? He's ready to go, and that's phenomenal. So then you mix that with the environment that's here of just, we're here for a good time, a good product. Let's be respectful and have fun. I mean, that's a great environment to be in. And so that's kind of how I look at this is we have to pick what is the product we want to have. What do we want to provide? Because our job is to craft that for people.
Yeah, I mean, I got a small dose of it, and the genuineness, the sincerity. I mean, you didn't know who this hillbilly was coming up going like, hey, who's Matt? Which is fine, but but got more than your undivided attention, and I can't say thanks enough for that, and like everything that you're saying, man. I mean, it's like it's like when you're there, when you're on property. I mean, I was there for one day. Hopefully, I'll be there again for more than one day. But it's. I mean, you can feel the energy flowing through the place.
Awesome.
I don't have the ladies' name. The ladies' names that were in the at the 19th hole bar, but same environment, man. And it's like no matter the young fella that I talked to when I pulled in, and I'm like, hey, I'm looking for Matt, and okay, sit back, because he goes, well, which one? I'm like, oh, shit. All right. Well, you've thrown me off here, because I just spent last night in Portland at where did we go to? I don't know, something Alibi, and anyway. And it was not early, but it was relatively early for as good of a time as we had. And I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like, is he coming with me, or is there? I mean, what's going on? Like, is this where's the camera? And is this a loaded question?
Yep.
Well, oddly enough, it was not, because he says, oh, well, I'll go get this Matt. And the young lady inside said, oh, well, that Matt just left. I'll go get him before he leaves. And you were on a gator or side by side or whatever. Yep. You were kind of pulling out when I grabbed you, not grabbed you when I found you.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm like, wow. But yeah, I mean, it's like it's it made me feel like it wasn't my first time that I was there. Awesome. Just the openness, the receptiveness, everything that everybody was pouring out. It was like it's a club and I belong there, and you were happy to see.
Awesome.
You guys are banging it out, man. We love that.
Thanks.
Awesome. That means an awful lot to us.
All right, so some housekeeping items. I know we got to get you guys out of here shortly. We got some fun things we're going to talk about at the end. So this is where, if corporate's listening, there's going to be a little plug about how to find Cove communities, Point Sebago, and then after that's done, from Matt, just hang up, because I don't know how the rest of this is going to go.
Oh boy.
All righty.
Where do we find you? How do we find you? How do we get to you? How do people seek you out and get on the list?
Yeah, so just go to pointsebago.com. It'll redirect to a Cove Communities larger website. But pointsebago.com will get you to everything about the resort and the golf course.
Very cool.
There you go. Tell them Cal sent you. Why not? It wouldn't hurt. Wouldn't hurt. I'm not saying you get a discount or anything, but
Free bucket of balls.
Allegedly, I still have a tab at the bar that I forgot to close out on. So just put your first transfusion on.
Too many voodoo buckets. Huh?
There you go. We'll square that away. We'll square it up when it's time to get it squared up. All right, so let's talk some golf, guys. Let's have some fun stuff. So if you weren't going to play Point Sebago and you were in the area, where would you go play golf?
Matt, I'm going to leave this to you, because I go wherever you told me to go.
So, I mean, if you're in the area and if you're looking around Point Sebago, there's a couple really nice tracks within, I call it that 25-minute ride. First one's going to be Martindale. It's located in Auburn. Really fun course. Great food, great service, layout. You get a little bit of everything. You're down by a river, by a pond, and then you get a ton of elevation. Cool. the next one I'd go to, and I'd say right around our area, it's going to be Sunday River. Head pro up there, Jerry Roman, he's got that place running on point. You want to talk about fall views? It'll look like the sky is on fire. It's
leaves and everything that's cooking. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, you've probably heard of Sugarloaf, right?
Yep.
Sugarloaf is great. It's a course where I'd say it doesn't matter what level you want to bring 80 golf balls. Sunday River is that stepsister. It's beautiful. It
Cool.
really is. It's not a bad hike from us either.
I gotta find another scorecard. God, I hope this is it. If this is it, this ain't it. No, this is golf in the Southern tradition. Oh, we played Outlook. What's the place we went? Where do they fly the? Where they bring the rocks in? They helicoptered the rocks in up on the hill. No houses on the course whatsoever, overlooking the lake. The name's escaping me.
Belgrade.
Oh, you knew that one cold.
Wonderful.
Belgrade is beautiful. It's
wonderful.
If you're ever in Maine, it's one of those, and it's kind of a bucket list for New England. You're looking right out at Belgrade Lakes, but I'd say the minute you drive in to the minute you leave, it really is. It's just an experience. And, you pull into the parking lot and you're looking straight up at the clubhouse, and before you can get out of the truck, there's hopefully very similar to Point Sebago. Before you can get out of the truck, there's someone there waiting for you.
Somebody there? Yeah.
And it's I mean, the rocks and the landscape, it's beautiful, but there's also, I also say, the largest greens in the state of Maine. I think there's 2 double greens.
Cool.
Beautiful.
Yes, I think so. Yep.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, don't worry. When Kyle comes on from Belgrade, I will definitely ask him, and he will make some. He'll make some comments about Point Sebago. If they're not positive, I would be highly surprised. But we put together a sweet little trip up there, and those 2 golf courses in Point Sebago and Belgrade, fantastic. I mean, phenomenal. 2 completely different experiences, both wonderful. But we go resort, and then we go like we're just here to golf. That's all we got, man. So so it kind of depends on what you want, which was good. I am a little. I'm a little remiss, man, that it was that I didn't take Michelle up on some of the things that she had kicked over our way and said, hey, would you like to do this? Would you like to do that? And I'll tell you this: if we ever get an invitation back, it'll be a smaller group of people, and we didn't have a big group, but it'll only be a foursome. And it will be, here's what we're here to do, and here's what we're coming to do. And yes, we do want the pontoon boat. We are bringing the cameras. So and things like this can happen. It's not far-fetched.
Invite is extended. Figure out on your schedule, because you got to come experience this place. You got to go to a concert out on the beach, under the stars.
Exactly.
You got to get out there and get on the boat. You got to go play a couple rounds of golf, and then come and sit by a campfire. Right? Like that's a whole new vibe. We even had a group, what was it, 2 weeks ago maybe, that arrived here. They were all kind of locals, and for one reason or another had access to the lake on other sides of the lake. And so they took their boats here and literally pulled their golf clubs off the boat, put it on the golf cart, and they went to the golf course. So, nice. I mean, that's rad. You got to go and experience that.
I mean, why wouldn't you do?
Why would you not?
Hey, hold on. I can take the car, or I can take the boat, and I can get golf clubs in both. I mean, whoever's taking the car, you're not my friend. Yeah. We're taking the fucking boat. Yeah. We're taking the boat every time. Yeah. I mean, I guess unless it's raining. But then if it's raining, we ain't going. We're not playing golf. We're gonna go drinking.
I used to work in a place where people would take their snowmobiles to work because that was the easiest corridor, was a pass that you could only take snowmobiles. And I'm like, you're doing it. Like, you're winning. Whatever you're doing, you're taking a snowmobile to and from work. You're winning all day long.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely.
I couldn't get enough of that. I don't think I've ever brought my golf clubs on a boat.
Think about the logistics. We had 36 guys getting off this boat, right, off
with all these with 36 sets of golf clubs.
I got 4 or 5 of my staff members, and we're looking at each other, and we're like, we don't got.
What do we do now?
Let's run.
Yeah, well,
it worked out great.
It worked out, but they told us one number was arriving, but then a larger number arrived, and so that creates some logistical changes. Quick.
Very cool.
I won't be that guy. Whatever I tell you I'm showing up with, it's the only reason that it'll be a different number is because somebody got offended and they can't hang, and they elected to not show up.
Either way, we'll make it happen.
That's the only reason that happened. All right, so think about this for a sec. I can filibuster if I need to. What's the? And this could be. It could be golf. This could be the resort. It could be. This is being recorded, just so you know, and we don't like to edit things. What's the craziest, like top of mind request that you've had from a guest? And by the way, both of you can answer, and it could be different. It could be the same, or it could be different.
You want to take it, Matt? I got one.
Yeah, right? Go for it. I gotta filter through this one.
So this isn't the. I'll put it in the top 3 of crazy. Right. So it's we open up kind of that end of April. May we start getting a little bit busy, but still it's relatively calm. We finally hit our first busy Saturday. It was raining, but it was busy. We have a van pull up, and there's 4 dogs in the van. And the owners basically told my staff as they were walking by, hey, can you take once in a while, can you just go by and make sure my dogs are okay? So as they're teeing off one, my team asked, like, were they serious? Their dogs are literally in the car. So we went above and beyond, and my team dog sit 4 dogs while they're just out there pegging it. Yeah.
Full service resort is what I heard.
There's a lot that happens in this business for sure. In my career, one time I was asked to drain an Olympic pool because a lady lost her engagement ring. So the request was to drain the pool and find the ring. We found another solution. Here,
hold on. I hope it wasn't a magnet because gold is not. It doesn't. So if it stuck to the magnet, that could have led to other issues.
It included a little bit of diving and the use of the filtration system. So,
right.
But it was that was an interesting one. Here, I would say the most challenging one was the request to spray 775 acres for mosquitoes and other things that are just nature.
Yep.
So that's been a challenge. Yep. Because it's 800 acres.
Wow.
In Maine. We're camping.
We're in the woods, bro. There are things that happen in the woods.
Yeah, it's a challenge. I get it. It's a bummer, but mosquitoes and whatnot are a thing that do happen.
It's just called nature. What are you going to do? Yeah. It's a thing. Do y'all get a lot of Canadians that come down?
Sometimes, but oddly enough, I've been in hospitality in this region for quite a while. I don't think we get
not so much.
I think we don't get as much as I would expect, to be honest.
Yeah,
interesting.
How close
a lot of our business comes from the Boston area, within about 2.5 hour line of here. Yeah,
it was an easy drive for us up there. Yeah, I mean, I flew into BOS, I guess it is. And, some folks I worked with picked me up and, had a couple good days in Stowbridge. What did we play? They're going to kill me that I can't remember the name of the club in Stowbridge. I can't remember. It's escaping me. But nevertheless, it doesn't matter. So it was a fun little track. Very hilly over there in Stowbridge. It was a mountain. It reminded me of East Tennessee and Valentin. Yeah. Yeah, very hilly. What did we miss, guys? Because I've got a couple more questions for you. What did we miss about Point Sebago? Anything? Or what did we miss about you that you didn't get to share?
Matt, anything coming to mind for you?
No, on my side, I would just say the one thing that I'd throw in just for the golf course especially, but the resort is you get 3 very different looks throughout the season. And I mean, you saw one.
What I just heard is I've got 2 more to see.
You got 2 more to see, and you know, you love the course. You had a great time. Just wait till you see the resort. It's unreal.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, shame on me, man. I should have done a better job of planning that. So it was, so again, I mean, I think Matt Hesser, I mean, I asked the question earlier and you answered. And it's, is there any chance that I would have ever made it to Point Sebago had I not known or worked with people that were in the Boss Mass area? Maybe not. And
yeah,
man, what a miss that would be, because I'm like, shit, this is a place you got to go see, man. I mean, the golf course is just banging. I mean, it's total fire. I didn't even get to see all the cool shit you're talking about, concerts and laking it, and I mean that because we were there for a specific purpose, but I guess the next purpose will be to experience the full ride.
Yeah, you got to experience the whole thing. I mean, we struggle when we look at business stuff of who competitors and that kind of stuff are. It's a challenge because we're not a campground and we're not a traditional resort. We allow for RV and tents and that kind of stuff. And I've been meaning to ask, is that a Boykin? Sorry, puppy got me going. Is that a Boykin?
You know what a Boykin is?
I've had 2 Boykins. They're one of the most amazing dogs on the planet.
Okay,
so,
well,
yeah.
you extended this by at least 10 minutes because we got to talk about this. So
one of the greatest bird dogs species ever made. Yeah.
So my partner in crime, she says we got to get a dog, and I'm like, I don't know. And so I had a Boykin for he died. He was like 18 years and some days. And it's I'll tell you the story offline, but how he had to go down, and the vet was like, well, we're gonna get this shot, and I'm like, you ain't killing that dog. If anybody's, I'll take. Just step out of the room.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
So I'm like, we can get a dog, we can get a dag, if it's a Boykin. And she's like, well, what's a Boykin? Because anyway, different lives, blah blah blah. And I'm like, that's the only way it goes down. Well, do you know how hard it is to get a fucking Boykin?
Yes.
It's hard, man.
Very
I mean,
hard.
like legit. I mean, those things are, because they are protecting that breed to the nth degree. Her name is Dixie Soul, my partner. She could be from South Korea. So if you Dixie Soul, South Korea. I mean, there's a play on words there. So we lived in Atlanta I was in Atlanta for like 23 years, I guess, or ish, and 22 years. And this is corporate, hang up. So when you're running around Atlanta yelling Dixie in the past few years, people look at you a little funny.
Little funny, yeah.
A little funny. And it's no intent. And I'm like, oh, well, hold on. And then, my partner comes over, and it's like, oh, she don't look like she's from around here. And I'm like, well, that's because she's not. She's from South Korea. So here we go. It's a lot of diversity in the Horner household.
It's an amazing dog breed, without a doubt. Yeah, I've had 2.
So this is my second. She's 5, and I swear. And so the reason I pulled her up here, and Matt, you brought up Matt Lowell. You brought up the dog story. I mean, we might have to bring her when we come up there because because. I mean, check out, look at the Instagram page, and she goes with me to Sweetens every single time.
That's awesome.
And it's like, if you want to ride with me, you better like Dags, because and she'll jump out and she'll go get in somebody else's cart and say hello. She'll go tree a squirrel over here. She'll chase the blue heron over there. I mean, it is. If you've never had a chance to spend any time around a Boykin. And it ain't Boykins and Bourbon. But if you've owned 2, man, I mean, like passionately, like this is like, it's like a person.
Yeah.
No shit.
There's no animal like a Boykin.
Swear to God. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And
Yep.
she loves the golf ball. She never touches a golf ball. She knows when people are swinging, and she stays out of the way. Oddly enough, she knows when people hit a good shot, because she can hear people like, "Hey, good shot, good shot." Like, she will go over and like good shot you.
Yeah.
I mean, she's crazy.
They're brilliant animals. Yeah,
It's
they're
ridiculous.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I saw on your, I think it was on your Instagram, and I was like, oh, that's a boykin, 100%. No one knows what a boykin is.
That's
so,
Nixie.
Yeah,
most
it wasn't
people
accepted by the AKC until a handful of years ago. So
yeah, probably 10 or 12. I don't know, maybe 14 or 16 at this point. But yeah, most people say, "Is that a Cocker Spaniel?" And I'm like, I ain't gonna smack him because it's against the law, but I mean, I'd like to fucking smack you because absolutely not.
Yeah.
This thing is so much smarter than any any Cocker Spaniel you've ever seen. Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right, gentlemen. I don't know, Dan. What did we miss?
I think we got it all. How do you guys? What's the last event of the season as you close it out?
Last event of the season on the golf, we have.
Your veterans.
We usually finish out with a member event. It's kind of it's not that superintendent's revenge, but it's call it close.
Okay.
You know,
cool.
we mix up the holes, so it's like especially the members, they they see the same course all the time. They're playing the same tees. It's an event where we can throw them on the reds for one hole and then throw them on the black. Just mix it up a little bit.
That's cool. Very cool.
All right, so throw a few things at me. So from Portland, Maine, I fly into Portland. How long does it take me to get there?
About 45 minutes.
45 minutes. And on the way, or on the way back, to and fro, where are you? Okay. Lobster rolls. Are you guys?
Ooh,
does
lobster
anybody have a shellfish allergy?
No.
Dan does for sure,
No,
and he
no.
doesn't play golf.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So lobster rolls to and fro. Where are you telling me to
pretty much
stop
have
at?
to. Well, ours is phenomenal. So
Oh.
I'm going to say you got to have ours. It's pretty
All
dead
right.
good.
Okay.
Outside of that, I know there's amazing ones out there, but ours is awesome. So to be honest, I don't care.
It's a good answer.
Just get to here. I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad at you.
There's great stuff in this area for sure.
Yeah, I love that. Matt Lowell, do you have anything? You're
So I
following-
mean, Point Sebago does have great food. If I was gonna go somewhere for lobster, it's I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of spots like this in Maine. It's that spot that's amazing that you won't see a lot of advertising. It's called Trailside Lobster in Bridgeton. From here it's probably about a 15-minute ride. Lowest prices you're gonna find, and I'd say the freshest you're gonna find.
I
Really
love
good.
that. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
So,
I guess
you guys live in the you're in Tennessee, I think you said. So
Yeah.
at least when I lived in the South, the small place that you didn't think you were going to walk into was going to be the best food that you're going to have.
I search that place out every time.
Right, that's the place that I go to. Up here, that can be the rule for a seafood joint, right? Especially a lobster roll. The place that's a little bitty place that's got a line a half mile down the road and it's probably 400 square feet as a restaurant. That's the place.
Which, if you don't live there, right? I mean, if you're not from a place that's neighboring the ocean, it's like, well, I ain't stopping in that place to get seafood because damn well they did. I mean, that ain't fresh, man. I mean, that got flown in from somewhere, and et cetera. So, yeah.
I've been to places here where the guy knows the name of the captain and the boat it came off of, right? Like you're like, oh, this came off.
That's
boat.
where I want to
This
go.
is good stuff, right? And so you run into those joints, and it's phenomenal.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's where I want to go. All right, gentlemen. Thank you so much. I mean, I could keep going talking about Boykins and bourbon and golf for hours, but you guys have a business to run, so I can't keep you tied down to this. Matt Hesser, Matt Lowell. Damn it! I knew that was not intentional. Matt Lowell.
It wasn't until North Carolina. It was Lowell. Lowell.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, thank you so much for the hospitality. Thanks for having us up, and I mean it sincerely, man. like next year, I got my boy. I'm going. I'll be at American Dunes with the people tomorrow, and I'm putting you on. You're already on their radar. I'm going to be a little more suggestive, or maybe more provocative. Not on this show, but to them in person, and be like, we got to get up there and let's do a road show.
That sounds fun.
Love
Yeah,
that.
we'd love it. And you got to, worst case scenario, you got to see this place in the fall. It's absolutely incredible. So, open doors here. Let us know when you're ready.
Well, we will be ready, and we'll be ready before October.
Perfect.
That's not a problem. We can make that happen. And yeah, guys, hospitality. Tell the folks. I'm sure this will get shared and spread around, but everybody that we interacted with at Point Sebago, first class, man, top notch.
Thank you.
Not. Yeah, I can't say any more than that. I mean, it was such a comfortable feeling, like I belong here.
Wonderful.
And
That's what we're shooting for.
Yeah, I can't imagine that other people don't feel that way when they show up if they get the same kind of treatment. And I'm sure that they had no idea who I was when I pulled in. So, other than well, which Matt do you want to talk to? And I'm like, wow. Well, now you've thrown me for a loop.
Yeah.
So does anybody have an Instagram page, or does anybody have social media you want to follow? Do you have, or we just want to go Point Sebago and we're leaving it at that?
Yeah, Point Sebago Resort and Point Sebago Golf Resort.
All right.
If you want the insider details, follow us at birdies_bourbon and we'll have the B-roll there. So until next time, cheers.
There you go.
Thank you guys for everything.
Cheers.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.